Ship Creek easier with no membership or call-out fees. Melbourne Roadside Rescue. They'll save you. Visit upshipcreek.com.au.
If you've had a car accident, call Sheen first. We'll handle your repair process from start to finish and provide an accident replacement vehicle at no cost to you. Rest assured, we use genuine parts and provide you with a lifetime guarantee on all repairs. So remember, call Sheen first on 1300 Repair. We'll take care of the rest at one of our 26 locations across Victoria. T's and C's apply.
Get down, because I'm here to flow.
KISS membership has its rewards, apart from the personal satisfaction you get from knowing you are keeping Australia's premier dance and electronic radio station on air. Every new member receives our limited edition KISS FM t-shirt, a numbered KISS logo keyring, and KISS car stickers. Plus, your year's membership entitles you to claim ticket giveaways to events and clubs as published on our KISS Crew email. So to join the KISS family, sign up now at kissfm.com.au.
Kiss FM, Dance Music Australia.
And welcome to another week of The Groove. Every Wednesday 2 to 4 you connect with us, The Groove, which means water of groove. We have a very special guest here with us today, but we're gonna announce him and chat to him very soon. In the meanwhile, wherever you guys are around this beautiful sunny city, I wish you're gonna enjoy the groove of today. We're gonna have amazing talks, talking about also upcoming events and underground music artists coming into our beautiful city. My name is Lili Joy, and we will be together until 4 p.m. today. Enjoy.
about 15. Said, yo, you know I'm about to be on the scene. Cause the scene sick and I got the roll. Rolling on them big ass balls. Said, hit me about 15. Said, yo, you know I'm about to be on the scene. Cause the scene sick and I got the roll. Rolling on them big ass balls. Said, hit me about 15. Said, yo, you know I'm about to be on the scene. Cause the scene sick and I got the roll. Rolling on them big ass balls. Said, hit me about 15. Said, yo, you know I'm about to be on the scene. Cause the scene sick and I got the roll. Rolling on them big ass balls. Said, hit me about 15. Said, yo, you know I'm about to be on the scene. Cause the scene sick and I got the roll. Rolling on them big ass balls. Said, hit me about 15. Said, yo, you know I'm about to be on the scene. Cause the scene sick and I got the roll. Rolling on them big ass balls. Said, hit me about 15. Said, yo, you know I'm about to be on the scene. Cause the scene sick and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, hit me about 15. Said, yo, you don't like to be unseen. There's a scene sick and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, it's a beat architect. Straight funk effect. 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 This one a week and that was it. She didn't even wanna hit a game spit. I gave this one a week and that was it. She didn't even wanna hit a game spit. I gave this one a week and that was it. She didn't even wanna hit a game spit. I gave this one a week and that was it. She didn't even wanna hit a game spit. I gave math. So math. Math. So 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 give me about 15. Said, yo, you don't like to be unseen. There's a scene sick and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, give me about 15. Said, yo, you don't like to be unseen. There's a scene sick and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, give me about 15. Said, yo, you don't like to be unseen. There's a scene sick and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, give me about 15. Said, yo, you don't like to be unseen. There's a scene sick and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, give me about 15. Said, yo, you don't like to be unseen. There's a scene sick and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said, and I got the roll. Running out them big ass balls, said.
Beautiful track is Suffered, an amazing edit with the vocal of Matt Miller. Rest in peace.
Yeah, okay, we colder than the breeze, but the breeze ain't blowing like me, motherfucker. Hold up, you don't need to hold up. I can show you what it's mean, what it is, what it truly might. way up or beyond. Space shuttle Elon. Time we don't waste much, but when we wake up, then I have her saying just like Celine Dion. Catch me if you can, but you never catch me. Whole lot of yes I am. All the way in with no exit plan. Already left in the jet, don't land. Time's ticking, could take a rocket inside. This is highly different. I'm like a flag out the Hollywood. Yeah. Can I mind my business? White tripping, give you something that your eyes can listen. It's too close. I don't understand why you're doing the most. I just wanna fly. Thank you.
And back into the studio, you are listening to The Groove. My name is Lili Joy, and it's the time to introduce our very special guest here with us today. His name is Eric Balance. Welcome to The Groove.
Thank you so much for having me. It's very great.
Thank you so much for honestly accepting this invitation. I feel extremely honored, first of all, to have someone like you into our studio, and we were gonna be touching a few topics around obviously discovering consciousness, but not just that, around building communities. Thank you for being part of this change.
Thank you. We're all part of it, and I think I just want to first off appreciate and express my appreciation for this invitation, because I think sometimes we don't recognize the scenes behind the scenes of like what it takes to put these shows on, and I think everybody that's listening, really, I speak for everybody that the love that I'm watching you pour in behind the scenes here is really beautiful and remarkable, and I can recognize that you're doing it from such a deep place of love and congruence. And this is what it takes to build community. This is what it takes to come together and cultivate something more meaningful than just ourselves.
Wow. Okay, that was just a quick introduction. I'm really excited for how the show is gonna go ahead, and we are here to make a difference. I think the reason why we connected so quickly and so immediately, it was because we kind of have a similar goal.
Yeah. And I think it's the most important thing always is about how can we unify each of our goals. We are all mirrors of one another, and identifying this awareness that we're able to pay attention to, we'll recognize it in each other. And I always say, each moment, right? Like life is an altar and each moment is a prayer. And it allows us to really be more congruent with the way we show up in the world. And if more of us can have this deeper connection with each other, we maybe can start working towards a common good, a common shared purpose, a shared vision, a shared mission. And I think, at the end of the day, this whole opportunity in life is really about recognizing that the gift comes from trusting in ourselves. And if we can trust in ourselves, we can usually find that person, people, community, family, organization that will magnify our essence.
Yeah, I like the way it sounds. But there's many things, people just listen to things and they do want to change and they don't. How do we get to the next step?
Yeah, I believe, I trust, and I feel that to getting to the next step, one has to learn how to lead themselves. And so it really takes the time to get curious about what is it that I want, or what is it that I need to understand to build a level of identity so that I can influence myself. And if I have the capacity to live in a high state of principle or a level of outstanding excellence, then I'll take more responsibility of every situation, because I have had the experience of going through trials and tribulations as a result and stepping into that level of influence. And so knowing that we need to lead from our decisions, because most people, they don't actually decide to make a commitment because they think that all responsibility is outside of them, instead of recognizing that it's within themselves just to step through that. And when they make that decision to step through that identity, you can, I believe, really be more sensitive to the environment.
So it really starts within taking responsibilities.
Always.
That's the kick.
That's the kick.
That's the kick.
And most people, they don't know that they even can take responsibility. They don't know that they have a choice. And maybe there's even somebody that's listening right now that can be like, oh, it's easy for you to say, you don't know what my situation is right now, or my circumstance, or what my family is saying. Or the thing is at the end of the day, maybe that's something that is happening outside of you in this current moment, where you may be recognizing, hey, did I make a choice at some point in my life that led up to this moment? And if I did, can I let go of that story? And then as a result, recognize that from that story, you've become the person you are in this moment. And what situation is showing up? What thing that may be triggering you, or maybe putting you off, or making you grow, you may be able to see it from a new lens by finding that, hey, this is an opportunity to find a solution. And if you make that decision to find a solution, you'll start to kiss life.
Kiss life. You're hearing Kiss FM obviously likes this. To kiss life. Yeah. I like that. What a good way of saying it. Thank you again. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of more conversations during the show. Quickly going to go into ads, but whoever is listening right now, stay with us until 4 p.m. We're going to be touching a few very important topics. So thank you, Eric, for being here with us and dedicated your knowledge and your time to actually sharing with our community, with the community of Kiss FM, some lessons in life, I guess, you have learned within your journey.
It's time to kiss life.
It's time to kiss life. Thank you.
Spacecast is a not-for-profit arts initiative that pairs sound and visual artists from Melbourne to create synesthetic works that explore the innate connection between music and art. This October, Spacecast is presenting a comprehensive exhibition featuring all the artwork and sound collaborations created to date. 2020 till now runs from Friday the 20th of October till Sunday 29th of October at Lupine in Fitzroy North. Proudly supported by Kiss FM, Bodrigi and Minimum Wines. For full event info, hit kissfm.com.au.
Tune in to Housewives' Choice every Sunday morning from 10:30 to midday
with your hosts Miss Fee and Beliez, as we take you on a version excursion,
playing the best in reggae, dancehall, roots and culture
to keep your Sunday session moving in the right direction.
Right here on Kiss FM Australia.
Did you miss your favourite Kiss FM show? Well, we've got you covered. Kiss FM has partnered with Mixcloud to provide all our shows on demand 24 hours a day, so you never miss a Kiss show again. For more info, check out kissfm.com.au/Kiss on Demand.
Looking to advertise for your business or event? Support local. Support Kiss FM. Why have your advertising lost in the endless feed of social media wasteland when Kiss can deliver an enthusiastic and receptive audience who value businesses that value and support Kiss FM? Unlike social media, our advertising cannot be skipped, so our adverts get heard. Unlike street posters, Kiss FM adverts have a long campaign period that cut through at very affordable prices. So talk to Timmy Byrne by emailing timmy@kissfm.com.au and get results when you want brand awareness and or a call to action. Keep it real, keep it cost effective and keep it front of mind by advertising with Kiss FM.
Kiss FM helps to support the dance music scene by informing our captivated community about what's on. Dance music events, clubs, festivals and live stream events. So here's a reminder to add the Kiss community to your free marketing plan. We don't populate our event listings. It's got to come from the community. Submissions come from the community and the industry. Join them in connecting to the Kiss community who love going out and doing things. Other events we're happy to support are charity or not-for-profit fundraisers, arts and artist exhibitions, performances, food and fashion events, markets, all kinds of things of interest. Bring it on. Submit. It's free. Your event listing at kissfm.com.au.
kissfm.com.au. Dance Music Australia.
It's time to just go down now, yeah. Come on, let's get it on. Till break of dawn, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah.
did I tell you? And when did I tell you? A long time ago.
With Eric Balance, an amazing discovery for me, for myself. Like, since I discovered him, I was like, wow, there are actually so many like-minded people around this beautiful town called Melbourne. Eric, thank you, first of all, for being part of this worldwide community. And I know you had a very interesting life story. Would you like to talk about how it actually, from where it started? You have a Polish background, born in Canada, grew up in Canada, but then you kind of become a citizen of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I really, since a young boy, my parents taught me, my amazing parents, I love them so much, bless them. I talked to my dad today, he's a legend. But anyways, not anyways, they're amazing. they're my biggest heroes.
Acknowledge your parents, whoever is listening, say thank you, mom and dad.
That's it, just a huge acknowledgement to them. They're really truly my heroes for so many things. But they've given me a lot of certainty in life. I think, as a young boy, I really looked to the outside world, but really what I realized as I grew in myself was it was my parents that were always the ultimate reflections that they gave me the certainty of knowing that love is really real. It's like it's so powerful, and it's who we are, and that it's resilient. It can get through anything. It can walk through hell like it owns it. And I think that this is kind of, you know, the story of how I started. Is I really walked through that hell. I, you know, grew up really focused on the external, thinking, you know, society's expectations needed me to be in some certain way.
Yeah.
Specifically, you know, this wounded masculine fallacy of patriarchy, and I didn't know how else to show up other than aggressive, you know, wounded.
Wow, I wouldn't imagine you being aggressive.
Yeah.
But obviously, I guess you've been going through a lot of transformation.
Well, I think this is the thing is you, me specifically, I needed to know at a very young age what I don't want to discover who I do want to become. And most people, they get stuck in that story or that identity of who they are, or they keep replaying back. The mind keeps replaying back what the heart needs to heal. And very few people decide to take that lesson of life and focus on the healing of it. Focus on where did that trauma show up, so that I can actually take more responsibility in my experience of life.
Well, you know, there are many people who actually don't have the perfect parents and don't have the perfect situation where they grow up with, and they actually don't have parents at all. And so where did they can find that strength and that love we were talking about earlier? You know, I guess me, you are both blessed with having this amazing example of human being raising us. But as I was mentioning earlier, not many other people don't. So how do you start? Where do you start from? Because you can see it expressed in aggression. You can see it expressing a certain usage of language. You can see as soon as you start understanding energy, you can actually see the aggressive energy. But we also have to remember that whoever is using that energy is because probably doesn't know how to use the other.
They don't know any better. They're really just unaware, right? And so I think the great part of this question is find a role model, somebody that empowers you or inspires you, right? Like, you know, today I talk about my parents in the frequency that I do. However, at one point in my life, I didn't see them as the heroes that they are. I didn't see that. I didn't see the love and the connection, because the outside world kept telling me what I needed to be like and how I needed to behave. So it didn't matter how my parents were acting towards each other, or how they were with one another, or the love even that they projected onto me, like by being. It didn't matter, because that's all I knew anyway. So to me, they were different than what the outside world had expected me, and the outside world was expecting me to be, you know, strong and you know, powerful and masculine, rich, and all these like facades that really didn't identify or help me understand my own value or worthiness as an individual. And so I needed to find a role model, and that role model for me was Tony Robbins.
Wow, there you go. So we can, yes, how did Tony Robbins, like, you discovered Tony Robbins? Did you first read his book, or you end up watching one of his podcasts? What happened? What was the connection?
Yeah. And it's funny, this fascinating story, like, it really goes so big and so expansive. But like, Tony was somebody that came when I was living in Edmonton. We came to Calgary in Canada, and he had an event, a small event, but I went to while I was there. I was selling cars, I think. But here's what happened, because I was always, this is what happened. Thank you. So I actually was watching one of his documentaries, Netflix, I Am Not Your Guru on Netflix. And I remember the pricing to go to like Date with Destiny was like $5,000, and I was like, I will never be able to afford that. Already like telling myself
I would never be able.
I could never do that.
Yeah. Self-affirmation.
So and it was beautiful because I would look at Tony and I would be inspired by what he's creating, not in the space, but then when I really started studying him, I realized the master of a businessman that he is. And so this mastery became my obsession. Because I wanted to understand how he thought, how he behaved, how he communicated, how he was building organization and business, and how he really created culture. And I mean, not everyone on this call or on this show is going to resonate with Tony Robbins. Most people actually, maybe they don't even resonate with him at all. But I did in that time in my life.
Yes, and he was the role model you needed.
Well, because the outside world kept telling me that I needed to strive, drive, and achieve. I needed to become something grandeur.
Yeah.
And I think for me this was really a necessary breakthrough that allowed me to then recognize, okay, I'm going to go to some of these events and I'm going to start to get more curious about the awareness that is coming through Tony to help me understand myself. Because although most people think Tony is very like masculine and things like this, and yes, he is.
Yeah.
Also, he's extremely feminine in his nature to really be able to then support and nurture once you're able to get the connection inside of the room. And so for me, it was funny because I was in Costa Rica and I remember Tony posted a message on Instagram and I wrote like, I'm going to be at this event and I can't wait to meet you. And I was like just being this fanboy. And he responded to me privately and I thought it was his team. And he said, come and like shake my hand. I'd love to like, he actually said, shake your head, or I'd like to shake your head, which I didn't know what that meant.
It was a typo, probably.
Maybe it was a typo, but maybe I don't think it was, because the way our head and our crown connects to the hands is something that also is very energetic. So anyways, I got to the event and I tried to, get up to him multiple times, and his security told me to back up. But he ended up coming up to me after and giving me a big hug, and that energetic exchange was something that changed my reality.
Wow.
People don't think that even the touch of another energy means something, but it does. It's very interconnected. And that took me on a trajectory that really redefined the way that I live my life. It took me around the world, helped me to go to different events of his, and allowing me to have a personal connection with him. And this helped me understand myself, but then that was the breaking point that I needed to then go deeper within my own personal journey. And that's what drove me around the world.
That's it. And then everything changed since then? Would you define that your life changed since you met Tony Robinson?
Yeah. And it was not like me going to his event. It was me obsessed about I was obsessed with the development, because I needed to understand the way he moved his face, the way he communicated, why he was saying what he was saying, where did it come from? Because Tony's built off of thousands of years of ancient wisdom. Most people think what Tony's talking about is his information.
But again, many people don't even know who Tony Robinson is.
Exactly.
So if we have to quickly introduce Tony Robinson, which is has been the person of this topic so far, who is Tony Robinson?
So I think Tony is an identity in this physical world. So I mean, in business and life, for most people, he's a business strategist and a personal strategist to help people go through peak performance and breakthroughs. And he's helped millions of people, and he's given food to billions of people, and he's really done a great service to the planet. And I believe that his responsibility has been so great since a young boy, and he's one of the leading personal development leaders. I would say he's the #1 personal development leader in the planet.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
So for whoever has been listening to this amazing chat so far, the way it started and what we're here to resume is find a role model. I know not everyone might have had a role model growing up or someone who they can relate to, but I think there's plenty of books out there and plenty of amazing podcasts you can find online, and just find a role model, someone who really triggers your soul and your heart, and so you can become, don't want to say a better version of yourself, but kind of, yes, you know, you can have this drive to keep going. Thank you for this amazing advice. Once again, Eric Balance in the studio with us. So wonderful. We're going to be together until 4 p.m. So stay with us, stay tuned, and enjoy the groove. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
further back, the unplumbed twilight of childhood. No, much recenter than that. Was it the blue-eyed lady? The one who always danced in golden slippers? And I danced with her upon this music. Was it the blue-eyed lady? The one who always danced in golden slippers? And I danced with her upon this music.
Take you on an emotionally charged journey through love and all its many faces. Fast-paced, intense, spectacular, matador, sabor de amor. A fiery fusion of dance, burlesque and jaw-dropping circus acts. On now as part of Melbourne Fringe. Tickets melbournefringe.com.au.
Hey, it's VZ here, your host on Kiss FM's brand new Open Decks, proudly brought to you by DJ City and Kiss FM. Open Decks is your chance to witness Australia's rising DJ and producers in action. Each episode features a local Melbourne DJ and one from interstate, making it a DJ showdown you don't want to miss. But here's the kicker. Over 6 months, we're going to crown one DJ and one producer the winners, and they're going to score a mind-blowing DJ and producer equipment pack from the industry's biggest names like Pioneer, Denon, Ray Newmark, and a chance at a big-time slot at a major Aussie music festival. So to see if you have what it takes to be Australia's next DJ superstar, send your bio and demo mix to opendex@kissfm.com.au. Join Open Decks, where your music future begins. Proudly brought to you by DJ City and Kiss FM.
Small Productions presents Technoween, Saturday, October 28th at Laundry Bar Fitzroy. Celebrate the spooky season with a night of dark and hypnotic techno, all while dressed in your Halloween costume. Featuring Katie Watson, Natasha from the UK, Louis Drambuie, Ryan McDougall, Julia Casa, Panic back-to-back with Ghoulish. Price, $15 to $25 online at Eventbrite and $30 at the door. Technoween, Saturday, October 28th at Laundry Bar Fitzroy. More info on the Kiss FM website gig guide.
Sky High Mount Dandenong is one of the Dandenong Range's most beautiful and truly unique wedding and special occasion venues. Our wonderful food, superb views, beautiful gardens and team of experienced professional staff ensure that your special day will be a dream come true. As one of the top Mount Dandenong wedding range venues, we guarantee an incredible experience. Check skyhighmountdandenong.com.au for details.
Join me on one of the longest running cult shows on Kiss FM. From the iconic sounds of the 60s, 70s and 80s, we bring you the Soul Selection. Playing rare groove soul and the funk. With your host Nick Gatz every Sundays from 12 noon till 1:30 on Kiss.
The Beautiful Drive with Timmy Byrne, 4 to 6 p.m. Tuesday to Friday, is where you hear the latest tunes, club classics, interviews and more. So join Timmy for a beautiful drive, brought to you by Pioneer DJ Australia. Pioneer DJ Australia and Kiss FM. Now that really is beautiful.
It's Kate here, introducing the Kiss Do Something hoodie, featuring a wonderful depiction of Kiss by Melbourne-based artist Do Something. Do Something has created something amazing and beautiful. His art can be seen all around Melbourne. He's also a sick DJ, and we're proud to collaborate with him. You can see what the hoodie looks like and find out more about Do Something, the artist, via the Kiss FM website. The Kiss Do Something hoodie is available to the public for $66, plus postage and handling or pickup options. If you are a current member, you have been sent a special code for your special price. It's good quality, light for spring, soft and supple, unisex, standard Australian sizing, black hoodie. The limited edition Kiss Do Something hoodie is on sale now at kissfm.com.au.
Kiss FM. Dance Music Australia.
Studio. You're listening to The Groove. My name is Lili Joy, and we have a special guest here with us today. His name is Eric Balance, and we just can't stop sharing ideas and digging into the subconscious of the people and why they're taking the decisions that they're taking in their life. And if you want to actually go off-road for everything you've been doing so far, how do you get there? Where do you start from? And as we spoke earlier, a great suggestion you had towards our audience was to find a role model. To find a role model, someone who is there for you and is triggering inspiration, is triggering willingness to evolve in a different way. What's next?
Next as in next for me?
Yes, obviously we're basing your life
that are wanting to find a role model. What's next for them?
Well, it's looking for a role model, but then what's next? So if you don't have the money for it, if you don't have, we're all building our realities, and few of us know that everything is possible. But then when you're stuck with low budget, when you're stuck with let's say family or parents in your house you need to look after. I'm just trying to create all the situations, all the blockages. No,
are they blockages or are they opportunities?
Okay.
And so that's the question. That's the first question that I would ask, is instead of thinking, okay, well, what about my financial situation? What about my home situation? What about my other situation outside of me? How can I focus on the things that are inside of me? So what about my creativity? What about my possibility to communicate? How can I put myself into a state of passion, of purpose, of optimal performance so that I can walk into any situation and inspire it?
So how do we change that narrative in our head?
Well, you see, we've been conditioned to think of only the problems in our life, but we haven't had the opportunity to see all the solutions that are available to us. You see, every single thing that we want to focus on is available to us. Whether we want to focus on the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, whatever is there, it happens. But most people, they don't know that. So they choose to focus on the problems because that is how we've been manipulated for thousands of years. Is let's focus on the fear, or let's keep everybody focused on the fear. And instead of empowering them to step into an empowering emotion of what's possible, of what's creative, of what can be opportune for them, I'm going to bring them down.
Okay.
And that is something that most people think is the way that the world works. Whereas I believe genuinely with all my heart, if we focus on the empowering improvements of what's possible and available to us, and we can start to see that there's solutions everywhere, we can actually start to recognize them, and they start to come to us. They start to show to us. Imagine this: you buy a car, or you have this intention to buy a car, and all of a sudden the reticular activating system shows you that car everywhere on the street. So what if you started recognizing all the solutions in your life and the opportunities and the possibilities, right? All of a sudden the solutions would come to life as well. I walked into the studio and I was like, I'm thinking to myself, wow, like, what if we created a bigger space, create an opportunity, build a studio where we can have a lot more dialogue, we could have more presentations, we could cultivate more awareness, and we could actually have opportunities where people could come educate themselves, inspire themselves, empower themselves, but also they could tune in online. That's an empowering emotion. That's an empowering opportunity. That's a focal point that allows us to say, hey, I see creativity here.
And that's amazing to hear. And I'm sure so many people who are listening to us right now will say, yes, I also have so many ideas. Like, oh, I have the idea of this and I have the idea of that. But then they just stay in the idea. So how do we take it to the next step? From this idea, how do we...
Imperfect action.
Make it a reality?
Yeah. You take imperfect action. So people
explain imperfect action.
People think that they need to have all the I's dotted and T's crossed, and it needs to be perfect.
Yes.
Before anybody,
I need to have the money for it. I need to have
all the money. You have to have all the,
like.
This is the thing. This is the tyranny of how. How am I going to make it happen? But if you believe you actually can, you can start to put people together that actually are also looking towards that common shared purpose. And if there's enough people, you see, it's not a lack of resources ever in our life. It's a lack of resourcefulness. If we could be resourceful enough as a community to come together and find a solution towards a common good, then we can start to identify the opportunities that are available to us all, because everybody has different roles and responsibilities that they're actually empowered, passionate, and excited to make happen.
Yeah.
The thing is that most people, they think that money is what drives them. Money is made by human beings. It was created by human beings. So if it was created by human beings, where's the value coming from?
Well, the value, we are the value.
Amazing.
We are the value.
We are the value. So if we are the value and we put enough of us together, what's possible?
Everything is possible.
Absolutely. right? So this is what community, common unity. It allows us to redefine the art of business, the art of family, the art of relationships, because culture is everything. And if we can acknowledge that culture is who we are and how we recognize one another, we can start to recognize that we're always doing our best by showing up as our best. And if somebody is doing their best and they're full of passion, they're full of purpose, they're full of willingness to walk into adversity and create some sort of a transformation, then those people are going to empower their community. Not because they know exactly what they need to do, but because they're willing to find the answers. They're willing to find the solutions.
And they're willing to make a difference.
And they're willing to be vulnerable about that, by the way. Because it's not about it's not about actually needing to know all of the answers. It's actually about finding the solutions and asking somebody that may be a role model to say, hey, what do you think? What do you think? Or maybe somebody that's in a different industry or an opportunity, or maybe coming together and saying, hey, how can we do this together? Because I know that you're really amazing at this person is really amazing at this situation, I'm really amazing at this part. How do we unify each other's wisdom so we can actually bring that idea to life?
So just to go through step 1, step 2, step 3 about what we spoke about. Step 1, find a role model if you don't have one in your life. Step 2, you have an idea, how do you make it happen? Change the narrative in your brain. You say from I can't do this into I can do this. And to actually achieve your idea is through connecting to people who have a similar vision of your idea, and is starting to create community around. And is this really what it takes to create?
When two are without a vision, people perish. But when 2 or 3 people are gathered in that same vision, magic happens. And when it's 3 or 4 or 5 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, it starts to create a culture, and that culture starts to change the community, and that community starts to change the city, and that city starts to change the state, and that state starts to change the nation, and the nation starts to change the planet. You see, it's about being willing and bold enough and brave enough to believe in it. And if you believe in yourself, it all starts with you. So you have to be willing to be curious enough about the person sitting in front of you to see if it's something that, what's the meaning that that individual really wants to give with their life. With their life. Not with their pocket or the money in their pocket, with their life. Because that is what the real meaning is.
Yeah. And again, the world is going through a massive transformation at the moment, and through very difficult moments. Countries are about to go to war, and we all think it's good to keep it positive, but when it comes to such a massive collapse, cultural collapse and international collapse and political collapse, how do you move forward? Like, how do you actually keep that positivity alive and not allowing what's happening out there to destroy your inner love for creation and your goals? How do you actually, for so many people that are watching what's going on around the world right now, are willing to make a difference, but they feel not empowered enough? How do we empower ourselves? How do we actually feel we are those heroes, even in the small actions, even just through a conversation? What it came into my mind the other day, it's like I heard the fact that the people moving from Gaza, obviously they have nowhere to go, and I heard how what was the country? Egypt has denied access to them. And in my head, without pointing fingers towards nobody really, because I believe we need to be standing for peace and not standing for mass destruction. I really wish to the world to feel more kindness. if we really want to empower the world, obviously starts from small actions, one after another. But don't you think that a lot of these talks been going on around the world, and so many people talking about self-development, but still it hasn't got into the politic worldwide missions and what's out there? Why is the world still not having this access to kindness? What would it take to get to this point? Because at the end of the day, if we all are just slightly more kind to one another, it will be a different flow within the energetical field that is circling our world right now. So we learn how to be successful within our little life, but to make the biggest contribution to the worldwide problems at the moment. We want to see solutions, but when it comes to such a big problem, how do you come to a solution? I know I'm not throwing this on you.
No,
obviously you're not a world peace maker.
This is a great.
I know it's a big.
It's a great question. It's important. So I love the
challenge.
I love the challenge. So Socrates said, it's not about breaking down the old. It's actually about building the new. So again, as I mentioned, our ancient ancestral experience has been for thousands of generations based off of war and fighting and death, and humanity continues to repeat its patterns, and these patterns come from a construct of not willing to take responsibility of oneself. So as I mentioned at the beginning, it's very important to influence ourselves before we can ever go out there and influence anybody. And most people, whether they're in government or organizations or community, they choose to point the finger instead of discussing a way to have responsibility with themselves so that they can take responsibility of the disagreement, versus saying, hey, it's your fault. So this is what it comes down to, is culture.
Again, it's building culture, how important it is and how much of an impact it can have into the world.
Absolutely. And if culture is recognized by a leader, culture is defined by a leader. And a leader doesn't mean that has tons of followers. A leader is defined based off of how much one believes in what they stand for, how they're being. Because if you're able to cultivate culture by you being in a state of peace and kindness and compassion, dignity, integrity, pride, and purpose.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter where you go, whether you're in Brazil, in the favelas, or whether you're in the Gaza Strip, or whether you're in Miami dancing, or if you're in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Or here in Melbourne. It doesn't matter, and that changes the narrative, because what people are going to remember is the way that you treated them.
And I like that. And once again, when people go voting, giving their vote to someone, giving their vote to a future leader, I mean, nowhere is really written on how kind he is or how compassionate he is. I guess it's just the vision of, how much more I can give you. Isn't it also related to this, like, unlimited wanting to have more and to have more and to have more? And how I often see politicians, from having the best intentions, being covered by greediness, and they end up just, again, how much more I want for myself. Do you think also being a little bit less greedy can make a big difference into the world. Just take as much as you need and the rest leave it for others. And if you're really out there to inspire people, yes, how do we get to this level of...
So I don't think it's about greed. I think it's about values and principles.
Okay.
So I think that there's a deeper awareness there for me to get curious about, because principles and values are going to magnify a person's beingness. And so if a leader is out there and has the ability to be way more integral and thinks in terms of abundance and possibility and creativity, is going to allow that creative ability to then flourish through him or her and inspire the whole team, culture, or community to help to make that solution come to life. And as a result of attracting all of the possibilities, that opportunity is going to flow through and allow everyone else to live in abundance.
I like that.
And you see, this is the thing, is most people haven't done the work on the inside, so they can't see. They're scared and holding on for dear life for the money, but they don't recognize that they are the money. They are the wealth.
Yes.
And so instead of allowing it to flow through like water,
yes,
then you allow, then you know, Bruce Lee said this like beautiful quote, be like water.
Yes.
Be like water. And if you could be like water, and if you can allow that abundance to come through you, and you allow everybody to be involved, and you continue to move forward with conviction, with possibility, with a deep knowing it because it comes from your soul, from your spirit, from something greater than yourself, then you have the audacity to step into any role, into any environment, and to change that environment.
Beautiful. So, yes, thank you for this amazing chat once again. This is what it takes to live a life of flow, I guess.
Yeah.
Being aligned with your purpose and being aligned with your principles, and really another aspect is letting go of the past. I guess it's really important as well, because that's what creates blockages. And if you really want to be like water, if you really want to be like water, I guess it's important to do the self-work. Eric, I know you've been helping so many people around the world in your journey for so many years, and now you work for big businesses and organizations. And is it just the same, like you're talking to me right now and you're actually coaching me? You know, I'm actually talking through me, getting a free coaching from you, which I really thank you. But is it really the same when you jump on a big organization or big company and you go on board, jump on board, and you try to help them? How really your works with them?
Yeah, so there's really no trying.
Nice.
There's no trying here, right? So I'm not trying to do anything. I'm being myself. I'm doing it. And the beautiful thing is when I walk into any environment, I am being. I am not thinking in my head what I need to do. I get curious about what the experience of what's happening in the environment, and then I find a solution. So it's really about first going into that space, listening.
Listening.
Yeah, listening is the biggest
thing. Yeah. How many people don't like to listen? Myself, I had to work a lot on myself to learn to listen. How about listening? How do we listen?
Take a deep breath and really just tap into the emotional intelligence that runs through our body. Allow ourselves to feel grounded in the space that we're in, without being in a mind construct of what that previous moment or situation had taken from us, or what we're projecting to see into the future. Most people have a reactive persona where they want to, before they even hear what's actually coming out from the other person's mouth, they're already prepared to share their story. So they're not actually present. And this presence that most people aren't curious enough about is because, again, they haven't taken enough of the time to influence themselves. It goes back to the self always. Because if you can have enough presence with yourself, whether you want to go spend time in nature or by the water or at your home, take a glass of wine, whatever you want to, read a book.
Yeah.
But the time is with yourself that's going to ultimately help you create a state of presence.
Yeah.
And that state of presence will then allow you to listen to the person in front of you, because what we all yearn for is connection. And if we can connect deeply to ourselves, we can actually connect to the people in front of us. And then when they're saying something, we can truly hold that space and recognize that there's something unique about them that's coming through them, because it's coming from a deep, meaningful place.
Wow, thank you for coaching me and coaching our audience about listening as well, which is really important aspect of life and relationships and everything you want to achieve in life in general. If you don't listen to the other person, you're living a solo life, I guess, because you only have your perspective. So it is important to learn to listen and obviously to work on ourselves, deeply work on ourselves. And I have to say, on my personal perspective, I have so much respect for people that are doing the job and for people that are wanting to evolve. It doesn't matter where you come from and your background. We can all make a difference, and we can all make a difference not just in other people's lives but into our own life, only if we start doing the work. So thank you so much once again. We're gonna go in a quick break for now, but Eric will be here with us for the last half an hour of the show. So a little bit more conversation about consciousness and how to actually make a difference into your own life and other people's lives will continue in the next 30 minutes. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. And I just want to add one thing.
Yep.
We're coaching each other, and as a result of us coming together to have this conversation, we're able to then coach the people that are listening. So, everything is done as a team.
I like that. Thank you for being part of this team.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Big love.
Big love.
On behalf of Kiss FM DJ members, we respectfully acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, who are the traditional owners of the lands on which Kiss FM broadcasts from. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Hey, it's Kate again. Are you enjoying cruising this amazing gallery of Kiss FM? I am too, but maybe it's time to go to the club.
To the club.
Kiss FM is the most incredible nightclub ever. Think about it. You can come anytime, any day. If you come alone, you are with many. Our weekly lineup actually does consist of the best DJ and producers from here and around the world. And we also hold a female to male ratio that should be industry standard. You can wear what you want. We don't give a stuff about how old you are, what sex you are, what colour you are. Our lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans and gender diverse, intersex and queer plus friends are here too. And as usual, having the most fun. Nobody's drink is going to get spiked. No walk of shame, no rejection. We don't ask our DJs to pump up their socials in order to reach bar and ticket sales. Kiss DJs play what they want, according to how they feel. You can adjust the volume and set the lights to exactly how you like it, and just stay here, club with us. Fuck! This is the best club in the world, actually, and it's free. But if you can, please support us. Entry, membership, gallery, whatever. It's just over $1 per week, and this is how we survive. So please become a KISS member. Come on, support KISS FM. It's $1 a week. If you hit the membership page at kissfm.com.au, you can find out more. For those that want to do more or less, there's a button for that too.
To the club, to the club, to the club.
That's that big disco everybody's talking about.
Tune in for some funky disco tunes on the Dance Tour Show on Kiss FM Dance Music Australia.
Oh my gosh.
The music just turns me on.
Turn on between 1:30 and 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon for some funky disco tunes on Kiss FM, Dance Music Australia.
That's right!
KissFM.com.au. Dance Music Australia.
To our members and especially to the people who have supported the group the most. Their name is Mitsu Selvan, Scott Berkefeld and Josh Gatt. Thank you so much for becoming prime members of Kiss FM. And talking about members is actually a beautiful human I met yesterday in an office talking about Kiss FM. Came in conversation. He ended up telling me that he listens to the group often. He knows about Lili Joy, which is me, and so it was such a nice way to meet. And I promised a shout out to him as well. His name is Pierre Lightblow, and just wanted to say to whoever is listening out there to remember to tune in into our community every Wednesday 2 to 4 with the groove. And for the rest, always remember to make enormous difference into our underground music scene. You can become a member for $55 a year and make enormous difference. Thank you. Into the studio with our very special guest, Eric Valance. Thank you again for being here and for all the knowledge you've given us so far. I honestly feel so excited, even just to have this immediate way of thinking out of the box. let's do it and say it this way, and just change my narrative, which was really inspiring, Eric.
Well, I think that, we all have this. We just need to become aware of it. And once we are, I think I said to you off the air, I said, all my life, I've always been curious about, that voice in our head, right? What is that, right? But then if I'm not the voice in my head, what's listening to the voice in my head? And then I became that person.
I like that. And I know you also do events around the web and in person. Is there anything upcoming for you where people can check it out? Be curious.
Yeah, so we're actually going to be traveling around Australia for the next 3 months. Doing conscious leaders workshops.
Wow.
Going into different venues. And our first one actually is here in Melbourne. It's at the Commons in Collingwood. Tomorrow it's a kind of like a small office community culture space where we have one of our videographers actually working out of that space. So I was like, it'd be amazing to kind of like jump into the community and hold a little small event there. And we're doing kind of like a lunch and learn. So we got lunch for everybody. Everybody is gonna like really just kind of more interactive and talk about how can we regenerate culture within corporate organization and how our responsibility as a community can really be greater as a team.
Wonderful.
And that's what we'll be delivering also these Conscious Leaders workshops, where we'll be talking a lot about body, mind, and spirit, and how we can really bring that together to really cultivate business nirvana. And what business nirvana is really about how to regenerate a conscious entrepreneur or team of conscious entrepreneurs to ultimately redefine culture within organizations and help them see that the art of redefining business comes from them.
Beautiful. Wonderful. I want to come to this event.
I love it.
Yes. So if people want to come to the event, how does it work? Do they need to purchase ticket online, or it's something already?
Yeah. So if you are curious about the event, my contact details, if you can reach out to me on Instagram or directly connect to balancemedia.ventures online. And as the landing page for our next events is going to be done tomorrow, but so balancemedia.ventures/conscious leaders.
Beautiful. So for whoever is interested, you heard Eric Balance talking. He's very big on social media as well. It took me 30 seconds. Just immediately I found him. I'm sure you will be able to find him as well. Eric Balance, for whoever wants to expand their business or even just like have an amazing coaching towards making a difference, towards going through a transition, towards implementing something that's bigger than what they already had. I will absolutely suggest you guys to reach out to this amazing life coach, company coach. I don't even know how to define you because you're just here sitting in front of me smiling, and I have so much more to say out there. Really thank you so much for this amazing chat. 2 hours went just like that. It was just beautiful, and I hope we can do this again.
Absolutely. And I just want to also thank you for allowing me and inviting me here. I know again what it takes to put these together, and your awareness, your curiosity, your ability to really want to lead and make things happen is really beautiful to observe and pay attention to. And I think that more people, if they get curious about what the possibility is in making things happen, they'll go out there and make it happen. So I look forward to the growth and the constant and never-ending improvement that you embody every day.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Eric. That was amazing. And once again, you're listening to The Groove every Wednesday, 2 to 4. Looking forward to have you once again next week. And for whoever is wanting to ever check our actual events happening out there, we run events once every month, once every 2 months in a beautiful underground venue called Killing Time. And our next event is gonna be on the 24th of November at Killing Time with our international guest. His name is Silat Beksi, who is finally able to leave Ukraine and come to this worldwide tour. So we are extremely excited to have him. Purchase tickets online. Obviously, you can find the event on the Kiss FM page. Thank you once again. Big love. My name is Lili Joy. This is The Groove. Kiss FM. Ciao.
Kiss. dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, mi chiami Mona, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, mi chiami Mona, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, mi chiami Mona, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, mi chiami Mona, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, mi chiami Mona, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangi, mi chiami Mona, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, mi chiami Mona, dammi un bacio, mi piace molto, voglio andare adesso, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui, mangia, vieni qui, bevi con me, vieni qui,
You've put the wrong fuel in your car. You're up Ship Creek.